able to combine our Ignite Aging Symposium with a book release of Engaging with Aging. So it's my privilege and pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Grethe Cammameyer. She has facilitated this whole process of turning Doris Carnavelli's blogs into a book with her colleague Steffi. So Grethe is a graduate 2 times of the UW School of Nursing, having earned her master's and her PhD with us. She is a singer-songwriter, a fan of Doris Carnavelli, who if you don't know, you will soon meet, and on the screen, and co-developer of the print version of Engaging with Aging with Steffi Christensen. So she is going to lead now our celebration of our book release, which you all have a free copy right in front of you. Good.
This is really fun. One of the reasons it's fun is it's finished. For any of you who have done a manuscript, written a paper, written a book, there's nothing better than a finished product. And especially when you can have somebody else sort of be forced to read it. This is really exceptional for me because I'm old. I thought I was. And then I came to one of these conferences about 3 years ago and met Doris Carnavelli, who was older by a generation, and was absolutely a phenomenal opportunity for me to meet her because she had been on faculty when I was doing my master's program here at the University of Washington, but we were in different departments, so of course it's a big campus and you don't meet everybody. But I had known about her and she had known about me, and so we had this wonderful Scandinavian get-together opportunity to meet. And I learned for the first time that she was writing a blog called Engaging with Aging. That seemed interesting enough, but you had to have a computer, and so I went home and started reading it and went from the beginning to the end, was absolutely mesmerized by her blog called Engaging with Aging. And it's a story of what happens when all of the literature that we've read about developmental stages, they run out. Because once you're at 65 and get Medicare, you're on your own. And the concern was, what do we do? How do we take care of ourselves? What can we do? And so reading this was really a revelation. And what it is to think about is that Doris had a career by the time she started the blog, she was 95. And she had been a mother, a wife, a teacher, a nurse, an associate professor emeritus, a consultant in Scandinavia, in Sweden, and a mentor to young elementary school kids to try to help them to write. And then it was, well, now at 95, what do I do with my life? And through the University of Washington was sort of nudged on to write a blog. Well, here's a 95-year-old who's starting, in the 21st century, writing a blog and was totally naive about it and started. And so this is her story of living at home alone and surviving and thriving. And the exciting thing about it is that nowhere do you feel like you're down and out and you can't survive, or there's something wrong with how you're living your life. It's really inspirational because she gives her story and what works for her in terms of how she has adapted. And some of the adaptation are, within her household, and others are as she has gotten help along the way to be able to live mostly independently at home alone. It is really an exciting journey, and really very hopeful for those of us who are a generation younger, but still trying to figure out how to make it all happen. Stephanie has done the illustrations in both volumes. Volume 2 will be finished, well, I should say, Volume 1 is from when she started in 2017 until 2019. Volume 2 is 2020 to 2023. So, and that will be out and finished in October and available through lulu.com-shop if you should be interested, because, you know, I've been thinking, how can you use this book? Well, I got a phone call from my daughter-in-law who said, we had just given her mother this book, and she says that she is sitting there every day reading the book and absolutely loves it. It's, you know, it's like sometimes just having a page and a half or 2 pages is enough that anybody can tolerate in terms of trying to absorb information, and she is thriving on it. And the illustrations reflect sort of a whimsical in some ways, but also a very serious component of the text itself. And you know, it's not quite like a comic book, but it helps to have some pictures on a page when you get older and the script is a little more difficult to read. This book for you is a gift from Doris, and hope that you enjoy it and pass the word on. And it has been our pleasure to work on it, and we are going to go to Doris's right after this conference and show her that you all have copies and that this is now the official book release. So thanks very much for letting us be a part of this. There's more. There's more. There's more. Would you like to introduce? Oh, go ahead.
So Doris regrets not being able to be here, but you have her voice.